What's going on, my dudes? Thanks for checking in. So right now I am in Orlando, Florida, and this is my hotel room, as you can see, and my view outside. This is my view of construction work, and it looked like somebody tried to pry open something right here. I'm not sure what the hell's going on there. I wasn't not really sure if that was already like that, when I came in here. I'm sorry for the camera moving around a whole bunch. Um, I was watching Blam, but I feel like going out and doing things, so I figured I'd maybe go check out a bookstore or something. Like I know of two Barnes and Nobles here where I'm at. So one of them's in a mall, and I want to check out the one that's in the mall today, and then maybe tomorrow I'll go check out the one that is just standalone. Well, what I'm essentially looking for is I want to get my hands on Tokyo Revengers. There's two separate ones. There's one that is just pretty much available everywhere, and then there's one that's only exclusively available at Barnes and Noble. And I want to see if I can't find it at one of these Barnes and Noble. So that's going to be my mission. I'm extremely tired. You can see under my eyes I'm not beat to a pulp. I had a rough weekend. Today's Sunday. I had a rough weekend. I was going to try to edit one of my videos. Like I have a Helsing video that I wanted to get going, and then I'm also trying to finish Witches so that I could do that. Why you should read for you guys, and hopefully I knock that out soon. So yeah, let's go check it out. Hopefully I can find that Tokyo Revengers one, that special edition one. So this footage that you're seeing right now is from my second trip to Barnes & Noble. I picked up stuff on my first trip, but I wasn't able to film the first time around because there were too many people, and it was kind of awkward trying to film with people coming in and out of the aisles. Luckily this time around, like, there were people there, but like as I kind of came into the aisle, they saw themselves out, so it made it easier for me to be able to film, and I was able to get the volume that I wanted the second time around. It wasn't there the first time, but I guess like at some point they restocked and I got the last copy, so I was really excited, and there it is. And then while I was there, I also picked up another volume. I picked up Call of the Night, so hopefully when I hit the next Barnes & Noble, it'll go well too. Alright, so my manga buying adventures have been kind of a mess. So first, I hit a Barnes & Noble that was in the mall, and I was able to get some stuff the first time around. I got like 3 volumes, I think, my first time around. And then I wasn't able to film because there was too many people. And then the second time around, I was finally able to film, but I couldn't film much because people kept coming into the aisles. And every time somebody came into the aisle, it made me feel really weird and nervous, so I'd stop filming. And like I came from work, so I'm wearing like my work uniform, and I'm like decked out in my work uniform. I hit the second spot, which is like on a college campus, and I couldn't find parking because it's like parallel parking and all the spots are taken. So I ended up just saying screw it, and I looked for the next closest one, which is like half an hour away. But I got lucky, with that one I got lucky, and I already did all my shopping there, and I'll show you the video. I got a nice haul, I think like 8 volumes or something like that of manga altogether. So yeah, I'll show you everything once I'm back in my hotel room. So I gotta drive back there now. I may get something to eat real quick, and then I'll film the video. I also gotta pee really badly. I kind of wish I would have checked if they had a bathroom in there. I really hope that you all enjoy the first part and this part right here of my filming. I know my filming isn't that great. Like, I'm not used to doing this sort of stuff. Like, I've never filmed in a store like that. I think it was a good haul altogether. I'm driving back to South Florida tomorrow, so I'm gonna have like a lot of stuff going on over there once I get back home. I hope that you'll enjoy this. I'll see you again once I'm in my hotel room, and I'll show you everything that I picked up. So this place was pretty cool. They had like an unreal amount of manga. Like, they had so much manga. I don't think I've seen like any Barnes and Nobles carry like the amount of manga that this one location had. And sadly, they didn't have like any more summertime rendering here. Like, I saw that they had the volume that I bought, which is volume 3. I was hoping to get my hands on volume 4, but sadly I was unable. They had an incredible amount of certain series. Like, they had a lot of Naruto, and as you can see, they have JoJo's Bizarre Adventure there as well. But like, this place, like their manga section was so big, dude. It was wild, like how much manga they had. And the thing is like I ended up going like really far out of my way to kind of get to this place, and at first they have an upstairs, so at first I gone upstairs and kind of looked around up there and didn't realize their manga section was below, and like I was gonna leave, I was gonna call it quits and just be like, look, I couldn't make my video the way I wanted to, but then I ended up going back downstairs and I found a lot of stuff, and I was gonna grab that volume right there of Bunny Girl Senpai, and then I saw the price. I saw the price and that turned me off because it was gonna end up being too much money. I wanted to grab like at least 2 or 3 volumes of manga, and if I picked that up, that was gonna kind of be a good chunk of my budget, because at that point I'd already spent like over $100 on manga, and I really didn't want to go too much crazier, you know, picking up more and more stuff to, you know, add to the collection, because I already like last month picked up a lot of stuff. So there's like some slice of life stuff, and then just more like stuff, and there's like some more slice of life. But it was really cool. Like there's a whole other shelf. Like this is all like one like kind of a corner, and there's little children on the side. We have a lot of Shaman King as well, and I saw Solo Leveling there, but I didn't see volume 1 of Solo Leveling. Like I came really close to just saying, okay, I'll buy it, but they didn't have the first volume, and that kind of turned me off. And I was like, you know what, if I'm gonna read this, I want to read it from the beginning, so I didn't, you know, get volume 2. And what I like too is that there's little cards throughout, and you can see on the shelves there's little cards throughout with like handwritten notes from like people that work at this particular store that, you know, give kind of like recommendations. And one of the things I thought was cool that I should have taken a picture of it is that somebody was recommending Fire Punch. They're like, if you like Chainsaw Man, you should definitely check out Fire Punch. So I thought that was pretty cool that they were shouting out Fire Punch, because I think Fire Punch is an incredible series, and I actually have a video about it myself on this channel. Yeah, like this place had so much manga, dude, it was wild. Like I didn't even want to leave. I think I spent maybe like an hour there just like walking around, and I was like hungry too. Like I'd been at work all day, and then I got out, and there's my Dress Up Darling. I was actually gonna grab that volume, that 5th volume. I have 1 through 4 already at home back in South Florida, and this is that back panel that I was talking about, where there's like even more stuff still. Like it blew my mind like how massive their selection was, and if I ever come back to Orlando, I'm definitely gonna hit this store again. Alright, so I've now been fed. So let's do this. Let's go through all of these one by one. So the first 3 that I'm going to show you are the ones that I got my first time around at the Barnes & Noble at the mall. So one of the first things I picked up was Slasher Maidens. And this is by the same creator of Akame ga Kill, and I'm like halfway through this volume, and I've enjoyed it quite a bit. It's definitely like, if you enjoyed Akame ga Kill, I think you'll like this as well. I don't think it's as dark as like Akame ga Kill was, but it's still a good story, and I'm really enjoying reading it, and I'm gonna do a video about it eventually. So that's my first one down from my first trip. Next up, we've got Blue Lock, and the reason that I picked this up is because it's by Muneyuki Kaneshiro, who actually wrote one of my favorite manga series ever, which is called Jagan, and I have a lot of Jagan. I have it in Spanish because it's not available in English, sadly. I really wish like somebody would pick it up, like 7 Seas or something, you know, and drop it in English, because it definitely deserves to exist in English, because the fact that there's like such a rabid fan base for that manga, you know, it's like a really underground manga, because not many, like I want to say people do know about it, but you could definitely have like a much wider audience if it was, you know, published in English. But I can't wait to read this. It's pretty much like a death game type of story, but given that Muneyuki Kaneshiro is writing it, I definitely want to check it out. So my third and final volume from my first trip to the Barnes & Noble at the mall, I got Summertime Rendering Volume 3. I have volumes 1 and 2 at home in South Florida. Right now I'm in Central Florida, as you know, in Orlando, and I picked this one up because it was here, and like I haven't been able to find it online at all, so it's completely sold out on like Ride Stuff and like Amazon and whatnot. But it's definitely worth the price. It was worth getting my hands on it, and also I was trying to get volume 4, but sadly I was unable to get my hands on volume 4. But that is my first 3 of the initial go around. So the second time that I went to the mall, I was able to finally filmed some of the shelves, and I showed some of that video previously of the shelves and whatnot, and I ended up picking up Call of the Night Volume 1. I don't really know much of the story. I may not do a video about it, to be honest, because a really famous YouTuber that I'm sure you all know already did a video about it. Maybe other YouTubers have also done a video about the series, so I kind of just picked it up for my own enjoyment. And I figured why not, you know, it was there, and I felt like picking up more than just one volume. And yeah, I'm gonna check it out, and hopefully I like it. And here it is. This was the reason for my even going to Barnes & Noble in the first place. I'd seen that people got their hands on this exclusive version of the Barnes & Noble one, and I really wanted to get my hands on it as well. And I was finally able to get it, and I got the last copy of it, so I was really excited about that. So open it up, and we'll take a look at it. It comes with a poster. And we'll check it out. So I'm really glad I got my hands on this volume, this exclusive volume, because it looks really cool compared to the other one. I mean, the other one is fine too, and I had no issues with it. I had read this, I mean, I'd seen the anime, so that's how I knew about it, from the anime. And here's the poster. And there is the poster. And there's Mikey and Dragon on the back. So yeah, I'm really excited that I got my hands on this, and I can't wait to re-experience this story in manga form. Alright, so my third trip, well, technically it was my fourth trip. My third trip was supposed to be to a Barnes & Noble in like a university square, but it was a mess. I couldn't find parking or anything, and I ended up going to a different one. It was like much further away, but I was finally able to get my hands on some other stuff. And one of the volumes that I picked up was the second volume of Call of the Night. I figured why not, you know, I already bought the first volume. I figured I'd also get my hands on the second volume, and that was definitely worth it, I think. So hopefully I really enjoy this series, because I now have the first two volumes of it. I wasn't initially going to pick up Blue Period, but I've seen so many people talk about this series, and I've seen people say that it didn't really relate to their experience of going to college, going to like a college of the arts, and then other people said it related completely to their experience of going to a college of the arts. And I like the artwork, and it really I find it interesting. I'm a creative person, though I never went to college for, you know, anything creative, but I do write, you know, I've written books, I've published novels and whatnot, so I figured I'd check it out, and let's see, hopefully I do enjoy it. And my last for this haul is Magus of the Library. So this is a creator that I really enjoy, because she also wrote one of my favorite stories that I'm currently reading, which is called Seventh Garden, and I'd heard really good things about this tale, so I wanted to check it out. And this is like, I'm not really sure 100% like the point of this story. I just know it has to do with like this kid, and he collects books and scrolls and whatnot, and apparently like I think they like transport him to like another world or something like that. So yeah, I'm gonna check this out. I'm really excited to read this, because like I said, I love Seventh Garden, so I almost said Seventh Heaven. I did used to watch Seventh Heaven when I was a kid though. Yeah, so these are my books. These are my books. This is everything I picked up. I picked up so much stuff, like holy Christ. Like you should wait till you see the stuff that I have already for like my just overall haul for these like 2 months. Thank you for watching my videos. It means the absolute world to me. I hope that you have enjoyed this video, and I hope to catch you all the next time around. So thank you for watching.